Welcome back, everyone. This is Thomas Triple T Tie with another new bullish crypto analysis. Before we dig in, go ahead and smash the like, ring my bell, hit subscribe, and comments if you find this video adds value to you. And let's dive in and take a look. This is coinalyze.net. This is 4-hour chart. If you watch my previous video where I covered 2 years worth of perpetual future data, if you haven't, that might be helpful for you to see how it could indicate potential actions in price direction in the near future. But here we have the 4-hour chart, and you can see price is dropping in the last set of 4-hour increments here. This one right here is back in February the 10th at 8 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. Price going down, open interest trending down on both stablecoin backed and also coin backed. Coin backed's been dropping since here, the 8th. Actually, both of them since just around the 8th here, dropping down. So open interest dropping. Price is dropping. You have funding rate, looks like it's been positive, but if you look at a whole week's worth, it's actually negative. But currently it looks positive, but if you look at here, it's 0.0067, yeah, 0.07 roughly. Even though it's positive, that's more neutral. Typically on average 0.01 is neutral for most exchanges, not all. But that's a predicted funding rate. This one here is the aggregate actual funding rate. So again, it's at 0.98. That's still within neutral territory overall. So this doesn't tell us much. It's pretty much neutral. Open interest going down. Some positions got liquidated when price dropped, and I'll show you that in a few minutes here. So hard to determine where price is going to go with this data. Usually, if funding is extreme positive and open interest is high, and then the more than likely they liquidate the long, so price would drop. But since open interest is decreasing and funding is more or less neutral, it's kind of not much to say about it. So let's go to the next chart. This is High Block Capital's liquidation levels, and it's for Binance using tier 4, and you can see a significant shift. Remember when it was big bulgy green section up here where there were a lot more long liquidation levels up to around $13 billion according to this chart? Well, a bunch of them got liquidated when price moved down. Price moved down here. I should really get my highlighter on here so you can see. It's like much easier. So yeah, this wave move, this move right here liquidated a bunch of them. You can see how it drops here. You see that major liquidation here dropped it negative here, where there were more shorts than longs, levels at least. And it built back up, got liquidated here, and here. This one was a big one. And then after this one, bounced right back up and then bounced down some more, and that did it. And now there are more short liquidation levels than longs. So here, as far as the amount, it is about roughly $2.26 billion in high leverage, 25x to 100x. So price is currently right here. If it moves, the tendency would be they could move up to liquidate the shorts here, but it's only 2.26 billion. They could, but price is more here. So it's easier to probably to move down here. So 41K here is right here. So my thoughts are that price more than likely will move down because of the vulnerability in the market. it's the weekend. Some people might need to cover their positions in the equities market, and so banks are closed. Easiest to liquidate their risk on assets like Bitcoin or Ethereum and get the money to cover their positions. There's lots of anxiety and worries about Ukraine and Russia invading Ukraine. So the vulnerability is there for it to go down some more. I anticipate that price will at least drop within the 41K zone. I'm not saying exactly 41K, but somewhere between 42 and 41 within the next 48 hours. So if it goes down here, it will liquidate all these long positions here. And 41 is just right here, right there. And 40 is right here. And you might be wondering, whatever happened to all those liquidation levels for the longs below this? Well, unfortunately, Hyperlock Capital doesn't show them because they start off with 25x. So I'm sure they'll come in as soon as price moves down some more. You're going to be able to see those levels, and they'll come in. It's a matter of time. But up here, we have these shorts right here, and they're building up. So that's a total of 2.26 billion. So that's a matter of time too. So sooner or later, the shorts will get liquidated and the longs will get liquidated. It's just how it is. Let's move to the next chart, if I have one. Here we go. Let's check out the max Payne price on some of the upcoming dates. So we have the 12th, that's tomorrow. Max Payne looks to be, well, that didn't do it. Let's do it again. Again, this one is levitas.ch. You want to go to Deribit, activities, and go down to this section where it says interest, open interest by strike. Here we have the 12, and max Payne looks to be 44. That's possible. I don't think so though. It might move that way. More than likely it'll move down. Here's the 13th, 43. Here's the 18th, 42. You can see that it's decreasing. And for the February the 25th, it'll drop to 41. Again, these numbers could change any day before it comes. So be thoughtful about that. Then in March, it moves back up to 44, March 4th. And down to 42 on March the 25th. And April 29th is 40. I'm not going to go beyond that. You can do that on your own if you want to. Because, going further, because price can fluctuate so much between now and then. So more than likely, it's going to drop down towards 40 in the near term, or 41, 40 in the near term. And then it might bounce back up. But we'll see when the time comes. I want to check out one more. Let's go to future, or let's go, no, that's not what I want. I want to go to, where is it? Not that one. A funding basis, that's what I want. Go check out the open interest weighted funding rate. Let's go check that out. Because this does have some negative correlation. Okay. So price is in red, and green is the open interest weighted funding rate. Again, open interest funding rate is the funding rate that's weighted by what the size of the open interest at that time. So for example, if funding rate is 0.01 and it had an open interest of $2 billion, that's different than the same funding rate with $10 billion in open interest. The one with $10 billion would be weighted significantly higher. And so let's take a look. Here price, and typically they have a negative correlation, but not always. So we want to be thoughtful about that. So here, price is going down. Right here, price going down, and the open interest weighted funding rate. I'm just going to say funding rate from now on. The funding rate went up, so there's a divergence. That's good. Now, the funding rate is dropping, so price is increasing slightly here, and that could change, but we want to be, this is something you can use as a gauge. Back here, you can see they both went in the same direction, but eventually they'll diverge. So for example, they went down like this, price kept going down, but then the funding rate eventually went back up to go back to the negative correlation, and then from there they pretty much went, except for right here. So it's not perfect, but there is some correlation there. So based on this chart, price is even though it's on average is trending down, and this is trending up, but the funding rate is starting to drop here unless it makes a correction, or they start to go in the same direction. It's telling me that price could potentially change direction, or the funding rate will change its direction eventually. So I hope that helped. And get this one out here. If you found this content helpful and valuable, feel free to smash the like, ring my bell, hit subscribe, and leave a comment for more content like this in the near future. I'm not sure if I'll do another video tonight. It's getting late. But if not, I will see you tomorrow. Peace.